Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney and today I am doing my February Paycheck 1 budget. So I get paid bi-weekly, so I do 2 paycheck budgets a month, except for like once a year there's 3 paychecks in 1 month, so that's kind of the exception, but for the most part it is twice a month. So this is the first one for February. And I did go ahead and lay everything out first, and I added some fun stickers just to spice things up a little bit. It's been a while since I've posted a video just because I had a really bad head cold and I was super nasally, and honestly you wouldn't have been able to understand a word that I was saying, so I'm glad to be back, and I missed you guys so much. So let's get started. I'm going to start with my bills and expenses as usual. So these are things that I have to pay every month, or they are debt. So things that could fall under this category are rent, my car payment, my student loans, utilities. I'm lucky enough to live in my parents' basement apartment, so I don't have to pay rent or utilities. So I'm very lucky there. Like I said in some previous videos, that's how they are helping me pay off my loans and stuff. They couldn't really help me pay for college, so they're letting me live here for free so that I can put all of my income towards paying off my debt, which is totally helpful and is just amazing. So my first bill is PayPal. Now PayPal is my current debt snowball, and this is $42 for this paycheck. Now if you've seen my videos before, you know that I take half of the bill out of paycheck 1 and half of the bill out of paycheck 2, and then I pay it the next month. So this is half of what will be due in March. I was lucky enough to have my income land just the right way I was able to save enough money to pay my bills ahead of a month, and so that's just kind of the track that I'm on right now. If that changes in the future, obviously I'll have to figure something out, but for now, this is what works for me. Next is my car payment, and this is $100 from this paycheck. I do follow the Dave Ramsey principle, so these are in order of smallest debt to largest debt. So once I pay off my PayPal, my car payment will be the next thing to be paid off. Next is my private loan, and this is getting $109 out of this paycheck. And if you watched my February debt update, you know that I have a huge gripe with my student loans, as do a lot of people, but I am very excited to eventually get to my student loans because they're just absolutely killing me. So my federal loan gets $35.50 for this paycheck, because I am income based right now, because they wanted my minimum payment to be like $300, and there was just absolutely no way that I could afford that. So I did go income based for now, and so this paycheck is getting $35.50. And then the only other 2 bills that I do have are Spotify, which is $10, and My Planet Fitness, which is also $10. Obviously both of these expenses are optional, and I have looked into getting rid of them, but for me, they are my $20 like splurge items, and I really do enjoy both of of those. So I am keeping them for now. Things may change in the future, but until then, we're going to keep it like that. So my total bills and expenses for this paycheck is $306.50. So I'm going to move down to my cash envelopes now. My cash envelopes are the 4 envelopes that I keep in my wallet at all times. They are my 4 most used envelopes. And I mean, they're all relatively the same, but I do like to list them out separately, just because if I know I need to travel extra one week, or I know I'm planning a party and I want to increase my groceries, I do have them separated so I can see exactly how I adjusted my budget each week. But they usually stay the same. So gas gets $60, and that is for 2 weeks. And my spending gets $60. And then lastly, my groceries also gets $60 every other week. So I like to look at it as $30 each week, but I only get paid twice a month. So I do kind of space it out so that it's $60 every other week, but mentally I know that it's more or less $30 every week, which I think is relatively good for me. My guess was a lot higher when I first started my budgeting videos, because I was in a job that I had to travel 30 minutes there to get to work, and then I was also driving around for work. So this used to be $120 every other week. So I have cut that in half, and believe me, my budget is loving it, especially once my medical insurance kicks in March, because that leaves me a little extra wiggle room. Lastly, my date night gets $50. That is because my boyfriend and I will split date night. I will pay for tip and he will pay for dinner, or the other way around. And that's just how we like it in our relationship. The total for my cash envelopes is $230. Now, the other cash that I get out each week is for my sinking funds. These are my, I call them specific savings accounts, and I do take them out in cash and put them in envelopes that I keep at my home. These are what I save for every paycheck, so that I can prepare for upcoming expenses like car repairs, medical bills, stuff that I know that I want to save for, but I don't want to take it out of my cash envelopes. So one of the big things for me is my garden. I take $10 out of my paycheck every week or every other week so that I can save for garden expenses. So the first one and the most expensive one is my apartment fund. I've explained this in the past, but my boyfriend and I are collectively saving for to rent an apartment one day, so that we can move in with each other. We do this in a sinking fund, so that way we both contribute $40 every other week, and if something happens, we can cut it down the middle and neither one of us are losing money. I know that's not going to work for everybody, but for us, that is how we do it. Next is my medical. When I switched to my new employer, I didn't get medical insurance right away, so it kicks in March, but this has helped me so much because I get allergy shots every 3 weeks, and they are kind of expensive, so this has been helping me quite a bit, paying those bills. That way I don't have to take money out of my emergency fund. And then I have my car payment, or not car payment, my car sinking fund. This is what I use for my AAA, car repairs, oil changes, stuff like that. If you watch my other videos, you know that I just had to get new wheel bearings, and I also need to get new brakes soon. So I'm saving up a little bit more money for my brakes. I'm going to put that with my federal tax return and then hopefully get them done soon. Next is gifts. These are Christmas, birthdays, anniversary, anything like that. When it gets closer to Christmas, I will start a separate Christmas fund and set a more specific goal for myself, but for now, I just do a standard gifts envelope and it gets $10 each paycheck. Next is my boyfriend's sinking fund. His birthday is actually tomorrow, so I'm using this money for his birthday, for presents when I want to make him feel special. Stuff like that. I think it's important to make sure that you remind people that you care about them, and his love language is very much presents and gifts and physical affirmations. So I like to make sure that I can budget in those affirmations for him so that we can have a good relationship. Next is travel, and that gets $10. My boyfriend and I love to travel, and this is the best way that I can save for it and not break my budget. I do know that Dave Ramsey tells you not to travel and tells you not to eat out when you're on baby step 2, but I do think it is important to have some fun things planned while you're in baby step 2 so you don't get discouraged. So as we save up travel money, we do plan on taking a trip or two that are within the travel budget. And then lastly, like I said, I do have my garden envelope, and that also gets $10 every week. Sometimes I'll throw in a little extra here just because I really love my garden, and it's kind of hard for me to stay within my budget sometimes. So if I get a little bit of extra money, I do put it in my garden fund just so that I can have a little bit more fun, and that's kind of like my therapy in the summer. And if you watched last summer's videos, you know that I do document my gardening. So gardening videos are coming soon, and I'm really excited about that. I ordered a couple more things that I need to start my seeds, and then hopefully next week there'll be a video on the gardening stuff. So lastly, what I like to do is I take the total from every section and I add it up, and I get my total budgeted amount. And this paycheck, it is $656.50. And then next I take my income, which is $764.77. And this will be going down in a couple paychecks because, like I said, my medical insurance is going to kick in, and so this is going to take about a $120 hit, which is really sad, but I do plan on doing a side hustle. I've started my own Etsy shop, which I'll link below, and I do plan on selling some of my seed starts. So hopefully, even though my medical insurance is kicking in, I'll be able to side hustle my way into having the same income. And then lastly, I will subtract the total budget from the income, and whatever the difference is my debt snowball payment from this paycheck, which means it will go towards my current debt snowball, which, like I said, is my PayPal. And I'm pretty excited because it's a pretty good amount, and I am very close to paying off my PayPal credit. So I'm really excited about that. And then hopefully in March I can start paying off my car payment. And my big goal for the year is to get my car paid off by the end of the year. So by 2021, I want to have my car paid off. And once I get my PayPal credit paid off, I am going to call Capital One and see if they can start sending paper statements, so that way I can track exactly how much I have left. But that is my February Paycheck 1 budget. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions on where to start your budget, please leave them in the comment section below. I would love to talk to people about their budgets. And I know this isn't going to work for everybody, so I would love to work with people to help them figure out what would work for them, because obviously every budget is different, every person's life is different, and I don't make this budget to say this is the way you should do it. I make this to give you inspiration so that maybe you feel inspired to start one yourself. So like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!